So this is going to be a bit of gameplay showing how Desktopia plays. Before I get into any of the interesting stuff, I'm going to chop down these bushes and I'm going to build the sign and I'm going to welcome you to Desktopia. This sign allows villagers to know that you've set up a village, and here they go, popping up into existence. Now, you saw I had to chop down these bushes. Now, when the bushes respawn, this lady, she'll do the work and she'll chop down these bushes. Now, I can go off and explore the road while I'm doing this. The next tier of constructions costs 100 gold, so I haven't got that. So I can go and play. Or I could leave the game to idle. There we go, we've got another villager moved in, so they'll get down those bushes quickly, get us some gold. They also spend money, so here we go, bring up the log. They've been spending gold, visiting the donation box for the sign. Now as you build more things, more facilities, they'll spend more gold. Higher numbers of gold on things like taverns or trading posts, depending on what it is. So 47, we've still got a way to go. Let's go see what's going on down here. So this is the Monster Grove. At the moment we've got some particularly dangerous bunny rabbits. We get paid for those, killing them. And we're approaching 100 gold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at our stats. Everyone's super unhappy in our village because we don't have any food, we don't have any religion, luxuries, fun, protection or infrastructure. So let's have a look at our serfs. What do they want most? Well, actually, we know what they want most because they've been shouting it. If we move along, protection and food. These are the two symbols they're showing. So I'm going to build food. I'm going to build them a chicken coop. Now I'm going to do that because I know that a chicken coop gets more villagers to come and live than a barracks. Though a barracks brings soldiers. But I think we're pretty safe for now. The dangerous bunnies aren't going to come wandering down here quite yet. And there are other enemies just further along the road. We've got some time before they come. Right now, as you can see, the cost of buildings have gone up 165, so we need to earn a lot more money, but our money is going up faster. People paying as they visit the coop or the donation box, and chopping down the bushes whenever they appear. Now at the moment we've only got serfs and a farmer. Hopefully we'll get some cooler villagers move in. They've all got average personalities, which just means that they require almost the same amount of food, religion, luxuries as each other. You can get lots of different personalities come up. Things like atheists who don't require any religion, or gluttons that require a lot of extra food. Everything's nice and quiet right now at the beginning of the game. So here's our tech tree. Oh, actually, before I go into this, let me show you some of the things we can do with the windows. So, Desktopia is meant to be played at the bottom of your screen. So you can do other things. You can go on the internet or watch something. I've got my recording going on up here. I'm recording in 1440p. Which gives me quite a lot of desktop room. The Desktopia window is 336 pixels high, and so it takes up only a small amount of my screen. Now if you're playing in 1080 like the trailer is on the Steam page, you can see it takes up more of the screen. It takes up nearly a third of the screen. So what you can do is you can shrink the screen by pressing resize. R-I. So I shrinks the screen, and what it does is it just cuts off the top 48 pixels, and again the top 48 pixels, and again the top 48 pixels. And this makes the screen much, much tinier. You don't need to see the tops of the houses. Nothing really goes on up on the top half of the screen. It's mostly aesthetics. But it keeps the main road in focus, and allows you to get on with it. Now I'm going to put it back because I'm not really doing anything else. And I'm going to reopen my menus. And my menus stay where I put them when I reopen them, so that's pretty cool. The font's a bit small on 1440, but it's fine on 1080. That's what I made it bigger. Over here we've also got on top, and this just means that your main desktop Desktopia window is always on top. This is good when you're doing other things, but you always want to know what's going on in your village. Oh, we've got some extra money, so I'm going to build a barracks this time. My people definitely want safety. I know for a fact at some point there's dangerous things coming down the road. Got lots of food, lots of protection. It's pretty good. People are a bit happier now. We've got some underwhelmed people, but we've also got some fine people. Fine, they're fine. They're not great. They're fine. Now we've got some happy people. Now the barracks is kicked in. And what the barracks does is it builds a soldier, and every now and then, as your village expands, it builds outposts. So we didn't build it quite late, so it built an outpost straight away, and then a house built, and then it built another outpost. Now I won't build another one for about 5 or 6 houses. It just likes to catch up to where you are. So now we've got 3 soldiers, and our village is expanding quickly now. Oh, this is a gratitude orb. We need to collect these. These are good for festivals. People drop them. So this was, here we go in the log. Aim on the surface, expect gratitude for soldiers. Bron on the surface, expect gratitude for the food. So I can click on this and it'll go and show me where I am, and then I can either click this button up here, focus, or just click F, go back to myself. I can run along the road and collect this gratitude orb. I need 15 before I can throw festival. Festival's pretty cool. Hopefully we'll get to show some of those in a bit. Oh, obviously these little creatures, they don't cause us any problems, they don't cause the soldiers any problems, but eventually our town is going to expand past this, and our soldiers are going to move on past this, because the job of a soldier is to head off down the road. And so they will head off down the road, they'll mine whatever they can find, and they will try and stop any dangerous enemies which occur. I mean, I'm not going to walk all the way down there, it's miles away. Any dangerous enemies and the boss from coming down the road. They'll die. They don't mind dying. So when your serfs die, they don't like it. They get a negative modifier. So here we see Carenza the Noble. The Noble, someone's become noble. Wealthy enough to be considered a noble. So that's cool. She's upgraded. She was our first villager, and now she's our first noble. So that's nice. Gratitude. Here she is in her new fancy clothes, and her house is upgraded, which is nice. People can upgrade twice at the moment. We're thinking of adding a 3rd tier to that. They become nobles and then they become industrialists. Industrialist men walk around with their little top hats, and the ladies in very fancy clothes. Our chicken coop isn't doing so well now. It's not fulfilling the hunger of all our villagers. Well, that's okay. Anyway, they each have their own happiness modifiers, and if they die, they get upset. But soldiers, if they die, well, they die in battle, so they get a plus bonus, so that's good. Lots of people are happy now, and they're dropping gratitude protection orbs, and they can drop. It just shows you what they're happy for without having to go to the log. We got lots of money, so we could build a tavern. This will give them fun. They all want fun, especially soldiers. Look, you can see soldiers want a lot of fun. We could build a tavern. We could build a trading post. Trading posts give you a lot of gold when anyone visits them, and they also give you luxuries, but well, most of our people are serfs. They don't care about luxuries, and even our nobles not particularly fussy. We could build a wine press. This doubles the gold yield from all bushes. Well, it adds plus is 5, so if you buy 2 of them, it triples the gold yield of bushes. And a hunter. Hunters attack troops like soldiers, except they don't walk past this point. They position themselves here and they shoot anything that comes out. At the moment it just seems to be bunnies and foxes, but later you get deer and you get wild boars, and then you get dinosaurs. No, not really dinosaurs, giant lizards on this level. And Desktopia is split up into a series of these long road levels. They each take a few hours to play, and they get bigger as you go along. They stretch along, you build your road along, and each of them has a monster grove, and each level gets progressively more difficult what comes out of the monster grove, and each level has this, when we finally get there, a boss and something. I'm going to try and avoid getting shot, and we call them strongholds. So the boss protects the stronghold, they summon creatures from it, and they'll send them down the road eventually. This boss has been a bit lazy, she hasn't summoned any creatures yet, but she will, and she'll send them down. Skeletons, spiders and vampires from the crypt. We've also got levels with fairies, which send out with the Blood King, who sends out fairies from the Fairy Grove. These soldiers all die when they return. They're not strong enough, but they really need some heroes to accompany them. But we're nowhere near building heroes. Oh, what are we going to build? The Woodcutter, he allows you to build things from the tier 2. I don't think we're there yet. Let's build the Hunter. Hunter's good. Earns you money. Yeah, here she is. She's got a gun. Our soldiers at the moment are hammermen and swordsmen, but we can upgrade those with the powdersmith. Well, it doesn't upgrade them, but any new outposts can train musketmen after you build this. It's still random, but you also get a powerful musketman for building the powdersmith, and then later on you get to build the rifle range, and the rifle range instantly transform, not instantly, but on their next respawn turns all your soldiers into riflemen, and then that's pretty powerful. You don't need it for these early levels. It's a bit overpowered for early on. And we've got heroes. So our first hero is One Punch Pete. One Punch Pete turns up in a tent. He goes around punching stuff. It's pretty cool. I like One Punch Pete. He's my favourite hero. I've got other heroes too, like the Plague Doctor, Lady Digitalis, Glodwyn the Golden. Okay, so we've still got more money. I'm going to save up. I'm going to build the Woodcutter. So we can build something from the next tier. This tier is getting quite expensive now anyway. We've got lots of gratitude to collect. Now, only so many gratitude... She collected it for me, thank you. There's only so many gratitude orbs can exist on a map at one time of each type, so it's good to collect them. And technically, if you want to idle the game, you don't have to collect them. You can build the post office, and the postman, he'll go around and he'll collect gratitude orbs, and he'll also collect gifts. Now, we haven't had anyone drop us any gifts yet, but gratitude orbs are dropped by villagers. So your standard serf or your noble, they drop gratitude orbs. But business owners, like the chicken coop man and farmer, he's a farmer. The farmer... Oh, we haven't got any other businesses, but business owners, they drop gifts, so they drop little packages, and the postman will go and pick those up for you too if you build the post office. Now, it seems like a good idea, and it is a good idea, especially if you want to idle, but the main resource in Desktopia you'll find once you start playing it is space, and that's because you only have so much room to build. So we've been building lots of things from the first tier, and as you can see, we've already got a fairly hefty town going on. And as we start building things from the second tier, more houses will grow and we'll get an even bigger town. And if we just do that, by the time we reach the end of the map, we'll have only got somewhere into the third tier, and then it'll be the map over. We move on to the next map. So on the next map, we'll be more careful. We won't build so many things from the first tier. We'll just skip ahead, because any money that we earn on this map, not any gold that we earn, we don't get to take with us, but our villager income is averaged, and what our average is for the last 20 days is what we get daily on the next map. So if we're in, it's usually about 500 or 600 gold a day by the end of the map, and we get that on the next map every day, so it's much easier to jump up the tiers and build better things. And then by the third map, you're getting much more. You're getting 2 grand a day, and you can just easily just start building these cooler things. This is still an early alpha version of the game, late alpha, I hate these terms. This is an alpha build of the game, and so we haven't got all the... We've got an entire other row of things missing here, and then some more builds. So we've got the power station, but there should be a concrete factory here, and then all the cool things that the concrete factory builds. There's some really fun stuff up here. This is the teleportal. So at the moment, when you die, you'll respawn right back at the village beginning, which is super annoying if you're fighting stuff down the end of the road. It's a long walk, as you've seen. And your soldiers, they respawn outside their barracks or guard post, wherever they spawn. But if you build the teleportal, which is good to build down the other end of the village, they all respawn at that point. I wonder if we've got enough for a festival. Not quite. 2 more gratitude orbs and we'll throw a festival. 489. So what are we going to build? What do our people want? They want some fun. Well, maybe we should just build a tavern. Well, they also want religion, so we could build an alchemist. An alchemist gives a bit of religion, not a lot. It's not like a temple or a church or something. But it also heals your villagers. So at the moment, as you can see, everyone's got a health, but they don't heal. They just, if they're injured, they stay injured until they die. Now, the alchemist allows you to, well, let's build it. It's pretty cool. And the alchemist allows your villagers to heal over time, including your soldiers, which is great. Also, this person's upset. They're really unhappy. Hopefully the alchemist will help fix that. So villagers can go on strike. That was what that was. That was a villager saying, oh, yeah, here, for example, this villager's on strike there. They'll harvest bushes still, but they won't visit anyone and they won't spend any gold. And bush harvesting is, once the game gets going, is the least. So their needs are not fulfilled and they're damp because it's raining. I can't really do anything around the rain. Oh, can't move because I'm not focused on it. Let's go see what our soldiers are doing. Oh no, let's go see if there's any gratitude orbs. Oh, not gratitude orbs, but the farmer's been leaving us gifts, so that's good, because you get gratitude from a gift, but you also get gold. We definitely have enough for a festival now. So what do we need? Fun, hunger, food. Well, let's throw a harvest festival. Everyone would like some more food. So I've clicked Harvest Festival, nothing's happened. That's because festivals take place over a whole day, so it'll be tomorrow. And then we'll build a tavern for some fun. Oh, and what we really need is a fire station. Because fire is a huge problem in this game if you're not careful. Your whole village can burn down. I mean, well, not your whole village. But some buildings can't burn down, like the welcome sign, but most of your village can burn down, and having burning down buildings is bad. Not necessarily houses, because villagers move back in, but if your tavern burns down, you have to build a new tavern, and your cost price is still the same, so that's not good. You really don't want the inflation remaining and having to rebuild. Yeah, let's go see what our soldiers are doing. Oh, did this guy die? Okay, so here they are. Now, soldiers are not heroes. They will just move along the road very slowly. Once you've got a hero, they will walk along much faster and the soldiers follow them, but the soldiers will also treat you like a hero. So if I was to walk, well, attacking the bush at the moment. They love attacking bushes more than anything else. But if I... Oh, let's go and look at the festival. We'll come back to the soldiers. Here we go, Harvest Festival. Nice little weather. We've got pumpkins dangling and some bunting. And everyone's going to cheer up. Not quite straight away, but over the day they'll get festival cheer. And this cheer will last for a while, which is nice. Plus we've got loads of food coming because festivals provide food, or each festival provides something different, but the festival that provides food, this one, will give us food, and it'll slowly deplete over time the extra food that we've got from the Harvest Festival. It's nice. So as I was saying, the soldiers treat you like a hero, so if I was to stand here for a bit, when the soldiers decide to move away from the bushes, obsessed. When the soldiers decide to move away from the bushes, they will come and follow me down the road. What you've got to realise is everyone has their own personalities, and some soldiers are more likely to go fast, some soldiers are more likely to ponder, and happiness dictates how productive people are. So happy villagers and happy soldiers, they will move faster. There we go. So they've all come around me. And this will happen if I go all the way down the road here. They'll start following me down. This guy wants religion. And Anyway, I'm not going to show the whole level. I'm not going to keep going and play forever. Beat the boss and move on. But I think this gives you somewhat of an overview of what Desktopia is like to play. And what I've been doing here is I've just been playing, but I didn't necessarily have to play this much. I could have idled a lot more. Shut down some of these windows. Oh, and you'll notice there's it stutters. It's because this window is open. So every time this updates, it causes lag in this window. So I tend not to play with that when I'm playing seriously, especially when I'm fighting. There's a lot going on in there. Anyway, that was Desktopia, and hopefully you can see exactly what's going on now. And hopefully you like the look of the game. Let me know. I'm always happy to answer DMs on Steam or stick something in the Steam community hub and someone will get back to you. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.